sports fans to the show 3 Out. My name is Bernard Joseph.
And my name is Manny D.
This is a show based we take 3 major topics and discuss it for you, the sports fans.
So let's get right to it. The first major topic we're going to discuss this week is the key additions and the key losses of the NFL. As we know, it is the offseason and the free agents have begun.
Oh yes. I want to say, first and foremost, I think what key loss for the New England Patriots is Asante Samuels is gone. C'est la vie, ladies and gentlemen. He has gone across to Philadelphia with the Eagles.
Oh my goodness. Asante Samuels has always been one of the key cornerbacks in the Patriots defensive system.
Key cornerstone for their defense.
I don't know what to say. I don't know how you're going to make somebody of that caliber right back on your team. But they have made up for it by picking up the most important free agent. Of course.
Yes.
Monsieur Moss himself.
Randy Moss.
He put up a little front, you know what I mean? He flirted with the game a little bit to see which he wanted to go to. There was talks about him going to probably Green Bay and exciting Brett Favre and probably reuniting with Carter. But in the end, he went back to the Patriots, the 18-1 disappointing season that they had. He wants to relive it back and try to get back to that.
It was a championship effort.
It was a championship run.
But they lost.
They lost.
Let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen. They lost,
but of course they want to get back together. And
absolutely.
And I'm sure Tom Brady is excited and elated that finally Kraft put up the bucks to get somebody back like Randy Moss.
Bob Kraft went on a spending spree last year to give Tom Brady the weapons that he needed. He cannot regress this year and say, oh, since we went almost perfect and lost in the Super Bowl, I'm going to go back to my old cheap ways because that got me Super Bowls. You can't do it. Simple fact of the matter is you open up your wallet, Jones went perfect.
Simple fact of the matter is Randy Moss showed this year that he didn't lose anything. He claimed back this year to being the #1 receiver, his rightfully spot, and he was on the market. And any team was willing to get him. And Bob Kraft let it be known that, listen, the Patriots know that they still need something, and that something was Randy Moss. If they're going to accomplish that goal.
I'm not going to lie to you. It did excite me a little bit when I heard that he may have possibly went to the Cowboys.
That excited me. Not too many options for Mr. Romo. I was excited to hear that he was going, that he might have went to the Packers. To see that the long gunslinger, Brett Favre has no power.
Cowboys would have been great, man. Come on. Him and T.O., that's top billing. You got to admit it.
Then there would have been no need for Marion Barber, which they might be trading.
They may be trading that man anyway.
There would have been no need for him. The passing game would have been phenomenal.
There are so many willings and dealings going on in this offseason. I mean, there's people getting cut left and right. Algie Crumpler got cut.
Oh, by the way,
he got picked up by Titans.
By the way, the key loss, probably the most impacting loss that I have to see right now is the San Diego Chargers letting their fullback Neil go.
Oh, yes.
The man that basically made your boy LaDainian Tomlinson.
He cradled him in the league.
Who offers him, who gives him as a present 1,000-yard seasons
every season.
Let him go.
They let him go.
That is going to hurt Mr. Tomlinson.
Here's my question.
That's going to hurt him more than his leg in the championship game.
If you do something like this,
I said it,
and you let go such a fullback who basically cleared paths for LaDainian Tomlinson, you better have a great backup.
They better get
out his shoes.
They better get outside of retirement. That's what they better get.
His shoes.
If they don't get outside of retirement, it ain't gonna be done. If they don't get outside of retirement, there's nobody gonna fill his shoes.
The way I see it is, if you don't have a legitimate backup to fill that man's shoes, you are basically taking your team a step back. They went to the AFC Championship last year. You should have locked them up. If you don't do it, you better have something.
Well, good luck to the Chargers, because now you're gonna have probably the second most important person to your running game. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I have to say.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
Now, the next topic we want to discuss is who is the best closer in the NBA.
All right. When you think about a closer, you're thinking about a man who, whether it's in the third quarter, the first 3 quarters, he does absolutely nothing. But that last quarter,
No. That's not what I think about best closer. When I think about a best closer, I think about the person who I want the ball in his hands. That's what I think about. I don't think about the person who does nothing between 1, 2, 3. Because if that's the case, I'll pick Robert Horry. Because he can sit down the whole bench, eat hot dogs, drink some Pepsi. And if 5 seconds left in the game, I get Robert Horry.
There's a difference between Robert Horry and these other 2 guys I'm about to mention. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't care what they do in the first 3 quarters. It's amazing. It's great. They put up points in the first 3 quarters. But when it comes down to the fourth, the game is locked and it's pressure mounting. I want it in these guys' hands.
Who are the 2 players you're talking about?
LeBron James.
LeBron James, and you have to say Kobe Bryant. I know that's next.
Oh, Kobe Bryant. Mr. 81 points in my lifetime.
We all have to understand. I don't have to talk about that. When you say 81 points, you have to have a moment of silence for respect. Now, all right. When we talk about LeBron James is a player that elevates his game every single year. And what I like most about LeBron James is that he makes his team better. Also, on top of that, his defense is getting better.
It is.
After Mr. Bryant scored 81 points, moment of silence again. After 81 points, and it looks as if he hasn't scored 30 points, it's been disappointing. You ever look at Kobe and you say, he only scored 35? You know what I mean? He only scored 36, that's it.
If you ever watch the stat lines, it's like, Kobe Bryant put up 35 points, like...
He's like, what?
Oh.
That's how I feel right now about LeBron James when he doesn't have a triple-double. Yes. When LeBron James doesn't have a triple-double, I feel as if he didn't do enough. And just because of that, just because of the expectations that I have of this man, it shows me how high his game has been.
Absolutely.
When it comes down to it, who do I want the ball in? I would love to say LeBron James, but the only thing that's keeping him second to Kobe is the fact that if he gets fouled, I'm not sure he's gonna cleanly make those free throws like Kobe Bryant will. All right. Kobe Bryant, 81. LeBron James, 69, 70% free throw shooter.
All right. Here's my argument. I would definitely, hands down, go with Kobe Bryant. In the fourth quarter, he's lights out. The man will put up points. He was scoring you. But my problem is, in the head-to-head that he's won against LeBron this year, he's lost both of them. That kind of makes me feel like if it comes down to the clutch, I'm not going to say he's going to choke. Let's be clear.
No.
He's just not going to outlast LeBron in this foot race.
See, now what we're asking is two different questions now. Yes. See, best closer, yes, Kobe Bryant. He's had a lot of game-winning jump shots, of course, and yes, he can make that free throw better than LeBron. Yes. But this is not who's the MVP to me. If you ask me who's the MVP, I'm going across the board to monster LeBron James.
Oh, no. If I would stay over here with Kobe Bryant
for MVP. I will definitely stick with LeBron James because LeBron James has one thing that Kobe Bryant doesn't.
What's that?
No teammates. That's what he has.
Kobe Bryant has made his teammates better. Andrew Bynum was nothing last year.
And Andrew Bynum is a knee injury this year. Number two.
And the man forces his hand of his management. He says, get me players. What do they do? They get him Pau Gasol. LeBron James says, get me players. What do they get him?
No. Okay. Kobe Bryant says, get me traded. And then, because of that, they got Pau Gasol. Let's get it really straight.
Okay, let's get it really straight. Let's not talk about last year. We're talking about this year.
That was the beginning of this season. Get me traded.
Man said,
let's get it straight.
He said, get me teammates, and what happens?
On top of that, listen, you can't blame LeBron James for his administrative problems. He's not the administrator. He's not the GM. He is the facilitator of the floor. He is the leader of the floor. And when he does that, he does that well.
He does it very well.
LeBron James does what Kobe Bryant is doing now with the addition of Pau Gasol. LeBron James has been doing that, unfortunately, his entire career. LeBron James has been with the plague of no teammates. Granted, Julius Agassiz has done something, but now with the key additions of Ben Wallace, somebody who plays defense, unlike No Good Hughes, who's been booed when he came back to Cleveland. On top of that,
Larry Hughes, you got the cut.
You did get the cut. You got back to the Bulls. Now, if you're going for MVP, I'm going for LeBron James. Best closer, Kobe Bryant.
Hands down, Kobe Bryant. I would have to say, because you know what? Fourth quarter came yesterday, and what did he do? He won.
Dirk Nowitzki played a very good game. But it wasn't good.
Let's be real.
But you want to talk about that?
Kobe Bryant.
After Kobe Bryant, who else was putting up buckets? Pau Gasol. And Pau Gasol has been good before Kobe.
He's polished.
He's been good with Kobe. And if he wasn't with Kobe now, he'd still be good.
Of course.
Wally Zerback, on the other hand. Ben Wallace, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Damon Jones. I'm naming Cleveland Cavaliers who are good with LeBron. LeBron makes his team better. Is he the most valuable player to his team? Yes. Is he the most valuable player in the league? Yes.
Possibly. Anywho, our out topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now fully in March, which means
the month of March.
NCAA
March
Madness.
So many good teams this year. Duke, North Carolina, Kansas State with Beasley, Texas with Augustine. This year's going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be a great
So far,
run.
there's only one team in so far, and that's Cornell. Cornell, who won the Ivy League tournament.
Yes. But ladies and gentlemen, please stay posted because we will always give you the up-to-date for the NCAA action.
Starting next week, March Madness begins.
Absolutely.
That's our pre-major topics for this week. My name's Baby.
My name's Raynard Joseph.